rock pickers just finished up here last weekend, so Nick's out spraying. We just got done loading them up there, and I'm gonna head over to the other farm with the wagons and the Rangers and put these things away for the year. Nice having the rocks all picked. Corn got too tall. Thankfully, they were ahead of that, and they got it all picked still. I think if it was up to Nick and I, we wouldn't have got many rocks picked in the corn. The beans are growing rapidly, and it's good that they're done with everything. So, yeah, I'll go do that, and hopefully by the time I'm done doing all that, we'll be ready for another fill-up.
Had some beans replanted out by Florence, where we finished up beans at on the south side. I don't know exactly what happened out there. I don't know if I didn't set the planter down far enough, if it just wasn't planting. I don't know what I did, I guess. So I haven't had the time really to go out there and take a look myself at what happened. But yeah, my somewhat neighbor and friend, he was nice enough to go out there and replant it for me. They were all done with their replants, and they had some seed left over in the planter, so they came out and did that for me, which was very nice of them. So yeah, right now I'm just letting everything spray out of the sprayer again. I got it all loaded up. I've got an electrician out. He's putting in the yard lights for me that we got through Northwest Lighting. And I think today, after either this load or one more, I'm gonna probably take this out and spray some beans, hopefully.
Before we jump into some drone video of the planter, I wanted to show this strip that needed to be replanted, and it's highlighted in red here. I also flew the drone over this area, and you can just see the green hue both north and south of this 48 rows that didn't get planted for whatever reason, and I just wanted to give a little bit of a look at where it is. It's kind of weird because it's not exactly on the end row. So I just got out to the farm. I haven't really been here in a couple days. Nick did some odds and ends yesterday. We had some replants, but we're prepping for our first load of spray on beans. And like Brian said, this is a little more delicate mixture. I can notice from looking at the cheat sheet that he gave us that it requires almost double the amount of AMS, which is, I think he explained it to me, it's just like a water conditioner. So these chemicals don't like hard water. So they put this treatment in it. So Nick's up there adding the AMS, and then Brian said to run this for, like, we have a 1,000-gallon sprayer tank, so he said to fill it almost half full with just the water conditioned with AMS, and then add all your chemical with the last 500 gallons. So I would say it's going to take significantly longer to fill the sprayer than it does for corn, because he said this is very sensitive. So I'll start a timer, just see what we end up with for time here, but we also don't want to rush it and end up with a tank of goop. So otherwise, like he said, that'll ruin his day. He'll be cleaning out nozzles and filters. So we'll check back with how long this actually takes and how everything looks. So that actually went a lot faster than I thought, because there's one less chemical. Nick says less jugs, so a lot less messing around opening jugs.
Opening jugs, or if you only have to do half a jug, you don't have to pour a little, look at it, pour a little. So
yeah,
it was a lot faster just having to empty 2 of them. But
so 15 and a half. So just by having one less chemical, I guess we're actually saving a couple minutes.
Yep. So I've got about 600 acres or gallons I've sprayed so far. Got about 400 left, and I've done how many? 51 acres. So far it's going good. A little over half a tank done, and no issues. So we're just gonna keep on going with the rate we have so far. And I did bump the AMS down a little bit, so probably just gonna keep everything right where it's at and have no issues with anything. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out in the next one. So I got emptied, I'm loaded back up now. Got about 80 or so acres left to do on this field, and then should be done with this, and then I'm probably gonna call it a day, just because Smith wanted me to do banker's hours. So yeah, I didn't get a very early start this morning, just because we had the electrician out putting in the lights, and then had Drew came out and he showed me how to run them on my phone. That's pretty neat. Once it gets dark, I'll show you guys how all that works. I can't believe the technology that's coming out now with that stuff anyway. But yeah, so I had a decent busy morning. I wasn't spraying like I should have been, but I was at least doing stuff. Tomorrow I gotta go to the FSA office and do some paperwork in the morning, so I won't have a real early start tomorrow morning either. But yeah, hopefully I'll be done by Friday, that's for sure. And even if I'm not, it'll get done. So we did a load this morning and had to run up to Marshall to do some paperwork, but when we got back I decided to pull one of the filters off, and they are not completely plugged up yet, but they're just starting to. Just gummed up really bad, and I don't know. So I'm supposing when I go back out, I'll need to probably take all of them off, rinse them all out, because yeah, nothing is getting through that in this little filter. But and there's a little bit in the bottom of the cup too. So at least it didn't plug up while I was spraying. I seen it while it was empty. So we might do that even before I fill up, just to dump out the leftover and then probably drain the booms again, just to be sure that it won't plug up again while I'm out there spraying, or have anything worse plug up. Gotta be careful with these. If you don't take them off slow, you'll get covered head to toe in chemical. Done it quite a few times. House won't go the right way. Yep. Good thing we're checking them all. That one's not as bad, but it's still plenty plugged. These things are really hard to get super clean. You can see there's still some particles on it, but the only way to get them any better is to take your hands out of the gloves, get a bucket of water, and then just try and scrub them. But I'm trying to go the fast way to fix it. So I will not be doing that today anyway. Do you get wet?
Yeah, a little bit, not bad.
That's why I hate doing this.
Should have your hazmat suit on.
Yeah. Yep, same deal. I was heading back to the yard. I'm calling it quits for the night on spraying. I got 3 loads out today. Probably got about, I don't know, roughly 240 acres done. So yeah, it was a pretty good day on that. It'll be close to finishing up tomorrow, so we'll have to see where we're at on that. But yeah, I was just going to give you guys an update on how our corn's doing. This is a first field that got planted, and coming up really well. It's about knee high to, I don't know, I'd say knee to hip high in some spots. Depends on where you really check, but yeah, it's looking really good. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update on all that. But there's a few spots in this field where we started that had some skips or some errors that happened. So Kyle came out and he planted all of them, but that one row doesn't seem to be working the best. This is how everything looks pretty much. They're all really tight and grouped together. I think I grabbed the right plate that I gave them, but I do not know if I did or not. It's kind of looking like I gave him the soybean plate. Oh well, I guess I'll have to go over and look at the big spot and see how bad that looks, but yeah, I don't know what really happened there, but can't say we didn't try to do something with it, because this row looks really good. Goes all the way down, but then we got 3 here that there's maybe 1 plant every 8 feet. So yeah, it might be time to start looking into a little 3 to 6 row planter. Either something that can go on that little yard tractor we got, or maybe even the 180. But yeah, it's just cool to see how everything's coming along. The beans are still a little bit behind, but they're getting there. Corn's looking really good. Just about all of it. I haven't really seen a piece that I can complain too much about, but it's pretty uniform. You got some spots that are kind of bad, but yeah, it's been a few days since we had our last rain. I think today's June 14th, and I believe it was probably last Saturday was their last rain. I cannot remember. I was not home, so I don't know. But yeah, I think that was our last rain. We could kind of use one already again. But definitely not going to be mad about the rain we've had so far this year, that's for sure.
Just pulling up over here, and it looks like my plan is not going to work here today. There's some stuff in the way from the guy that owns the house here at this farm site. They let him park some stuff here, and I'm not going to make him move this stuff just to get these rock wagons put away. So we'll just wait until this payloader and the truck and stuff's out of the way, and I'll sneak these things through and park them in the back there. But not a big deal. We'll just park them outside until that happens, and we can either push them in or take the Ranger back over here and do that. They'll do just fine sitting right here. Like I said, they're not anything special. They get the job done. They're really heavy duty, but a little rain and sun isn't going to hurt anything for a short period of time. So we'll go with that plan. At least they're over here and not taking up a bunch of room in the other shed where they actually get stuff in and out daily or weekly. I figured I would just stop by this field that I took that 1 row out in and replanted a couple of these little spots. What was it? I don't know. Maybe like a week and a half ago or a week ago. And I haven't been out here, so my reaction is going to be, I guess, pretty candid based on what I see. We'll see what kind of job I did. And there's some corn coming up in places. Not the fanciest thing, that's for dang sure. Looks like our spacing's insane on some of it. That should shade weeds out if it ever grows. And then here's some of the other stuff. So I would say good enough for what we're doing. I'm going to walk over to this other patch over here. This was a bigger section that I did, and it was definitely longer runs. I think it was like 30-40 yards. This is like 10 yards. So by the time you drop that planter down, plant, pick it back up, the tractor's already into the standing corn, which I avoided at all costs. So I can see why maybe that's like a little bit not the best looking, but geez, this is a lot farther than I thought it was. I've got like another 100 yards to walk, so maybe I'll just be quiet here and fast forward. All right, I hoofed it back here to this other little spot that I hit, and I think this is about 30 yards wide, I figured, or 30 yards long, and I hit this one, and you can see here, that looks a lot better. So I guess my takeaway is that single row planter actually can do a pretty decent job. You just have to have it in longer strips. It doesn't do really good with the those little short runs. I think it's because, like I said, where you stop and start the tractor without hitting existing corn, you're moving like 4 feet. So overall, I would say that it'll do what we want it to do, and basically that's grow up just enough to canopy and shade out these weeds for the rest of the year, so you don't have a huge patch of weeds.
So I'm back in the yard now. I'm gonna pull off this filter here and see what exactly, if I'm doing something wrong or if I need to keep bumping the rate down or keep it the way it is. You guys, it's kind of in a bad spot. I can't put you guys anywhere decent. Well, it looks like that was the right thing to do. There's none in it at all. None in the cup or in the strainer, so perfect. There's a little buildup on it, but nowhere near how much was in it that first time I checked them, so that is really good. Yeah, when I went and did some paperwork, I talked to some of the other farmers that were in there, and that I knew anyway. They all said they were having that same issue, and I told them what I did last year that worked, and they said they were gonna go home and try that out, and either try it out themselves or they knew somebody who was having issues with it. So yeah, they're gonna tell people that that's what they can do. So hopefully it works for them, because it's working for me. So I don't see any reason why I wouldn't, but it just makes me feel good that I didn't tell them a lie and then they come back and say, well, that didn't work at all. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably call it a night there. In a little bit I gotta set these yard lights up so they'll turn on when it gets so dark, but I'm gonna show you guys these up close. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they are bright enough where it's hard to look at them during the daylight if they're on full power. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what they look like tonight. I didn't really turn them on last night because I didn't know how, but I got the rundown from Derek and Drew, so now I should be somewhat able to run it. But it's a app on your phone that connects through Bluetooth. So we're loaded up this morning and heading out, but I wasn't able to figure the lights out last night. I'll probably have to talk to Derek at Northwest a little bit more, try and figure it out a little bit better before I try to show you guys. But yeah, we should be finishing up the first round of beans today, which that'll be good, get that done. But yeah, so I think we're gonna end the video there. So if you like the video, comment, like, subscribe. Tell us if we're doing something that needs to be done different, or if you just like the videos, let us know. But thank you for watching and have a good one.